So real quick before I flash everyone, I just want to say like how powerful it is when another mom is like vulnerable and shows them their body, their true body underneath all the clothes. I mean, that sounds sexual. I'm just talking about their stomach mostly. I'm just excited to do this because I think being open and vulnerable helps other moms, and it helps other moms make it over the hard times in their life. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy this. Okay, here's my body. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be talking about my postpartum journey with both my boys. So I'm gonna be talking about the physical and mental changes that I experienced with both of them. And I'm also gonna be talking about the social aspect of postpartum, like involving people in your life after you've had a baby. So if you think you can benefit from this video, then keep on watching. So first off, I wanna talk about how in pregnancy, there's a wide range of normal. There's also a wide range of normal in postpartum. Everyone is going to go through different experiences, and that is normal. But of course, if you do think something is not normal, you should definitely go to your healthcare provider so they can help you out. The first thing I'm going to talk about are mental changes that I experienced. So with Scotty, I don't feel like I was ever actually depressed, but I do feel like my emotions were all reduced in a way. Sometimes I would just like blah, blah, like I just didn't care about anything, if that makes sense. And luckily I had researched a lot about hormone changes and chemical changes after postpartum, and so I didn't get scared. I just was kind of like, okay, it's normal. So for the most part, my mental health, what? So for the most part, my mental health with Scotty slowly got back to normal just over time, but I never felt any like huge chemical hormonal imbalances or anything. Now with Cal, on the other hand, that was a whole different ball game. He was a premature baby and he did go to the NICU for about 2.5 weeks. I was extremely emotional. I cried at least 10 times a day, not kidding. I was very short-tempered. I would get angry for almost no reason at all. And then I would realize that I was on edge, and then I would realize I'm emotional, and that was this vicious cycle, and I would just cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. I have no idea why there was a difference in my emotions with Cal versus Scotty. I don't know if it's because of the NICU. I mean, I didn't get to do skin to skin with him until 5 days after he was born. So, and I know skin to skin has a lot of benefits for the mother and postpartum and her mental health and everything. I have no idea why, but there was a huge difference. One thing that I felt like I did do well mentally with Scotty and Cal is I was nice to myself in my head about my body. Yes, there were times that Satan wanted me to feel bad about myself and my body, but for the most part, I did not let those thoughts linger. Now let's talk about some social things when postpartum and having a baby. Something that one of my friends wanted me to talk about is knowing how to ask for help after having a baby and how to accept it. My biggest advice for this is to say yes when people offer the help. Something that I did a lot with Scotty is I said no. Thankfully with Cal, I learned my lesson and I was able to say yes to everyone who helped me, you know, bring me dinners and come over and let me sleep, and they would hold the baby and stuff like that. So you need to say yes to people who offer the help. I know sometimes it might make you feel ashamed or embarrassed because you can't do it on your own, but you don't need to worry about that. You're doing a lot. It's not anything to be embarrassed or ashamed about to say yes to help, especially when it comes to the health of you and your child. Sometimes you just need it, and that's okay. Another thing is if you haven't had anyone ask for help, don't be mad that people haven't asked you for help, because you know, sometimes they just forget and they're going through stuff too. I don't think there's anything wrong in asking for help and in being specific on what you need. It's completely normal, and there are people that are willing to help you. You just need to ask. One of the weirdest physical changes that I felt in my body was with Cal. What's your name? Scotty? With Scotty, I felt so weak after I had him. I remember just for weeks afterwards. Again, I did take opioids with him. I took Percocet. With him, I did not. I don't know if that's a reason that happened. Also, I had him with an epidural, and with him, I did not have an epidural. And for me, that was a huge change in how I felt after having them. The change in my body that I felt having them medicated and not medicated was insane. I do want to make a video about this in the future, about the pros and cons of medicated and unmedicated birth and what I'm going to do in the future. So now let's talk about my skin. With Scotty, I had little to no change with my skin. I've always suffered with a little bit of acne, and usually more on my period. you know, pretty normal. Progesterone and estrogen work really well with me and my skin, and it's able to kind of clear up my acne and balance my hormones, which is great. I was not going to get on birth control after him because we want our kids close together, but this time around, my hormones have affected my skin. So at the beginning, after having him, my skin was dry, and my skin has never been dry in my life. It's always been extremely oily, so that was really weird for me. I almost had like eczema on my face. It was all just on the bottom, nothing on the top. Oh, except in between my eyebrows, which was weird. But it seriously felt like lizard skin down here. It was super dry. It was like a freaking desert. It was awful and it hurt. It was painful. I did come across this website and it talked about how postpartum can affect not just like acne, but also can make your skin really dry. So what I did is I got CeraVe moisturizing cream, just got a big dollop of it, and I would just put it on my face every single night for about a week, and it finally went away. And then right after I cleared that up, then I started getting huge zits. Like, I will input some pictures here so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but I am not kidding when I would say that I would wake up every day with at least 5 whiteheads all on the chin area, sometimes the cheeks, the jawline, the chin. Crap. I need to get on birth control, because before we talked about we want our kids really close together, and so I was like, well, why am I getting on birth control anyways? We can just use condoms. I'm very regular, so we were just gonna do the what is it called? Basically, you just track your ovulation and you have sex with a condom when you're fertile and ovulating. But considering the fact that my skin has gone crazy and my body just needs some more progesterone and an estrogen to balance it out, I'm gonna get back on birth control. Do you ever actually almost like bite your kids too hard? You just want to eat them? Is that just me? Something that I also struggled with really bad postpartum was constipation. I had it in both my pregnancies. So with both boys, I had constipation in pregnancy. So for postpartum constipation, it wasn't a huge deal to me because I was already suffering with it. You cannot take stool softeners for more than 2 weeks. So I started taking this thing called Metamucil. And a lot of old people take it. It is a natural fiber. I would say it's kind of on the pricier side, but a huge container of it will last me for a while. After postpartum, I take Metamucil every single day for a month, and then afterwards, I'll take it as I need it. So while I was editing this video, I found out that some of the stuff that I recorded didn't record for some reason, so we're gonna talk about those real quick because they are very important. With both babies postpartum, I did lose a lot of my hair, mostly in the normal spots, like right here. It's finally starting to grow back. And then right here, it's still slowly starting to grow back. And then I also lost hair in my eyebrows. I didn't even know that was a thing, but this was like basically gone. Another thing that changed was my eyesight. I didn't even know that was a thing. I had like almost 20/20 vision before I had Scotty. Then while I was pregnant, and then especially postpartum, I had to start wearing glasses and contacts. My eyesight completely changed. And then with Cal, it got even worse. That was definitely something that I was not expecting, but your eyesight can change, and I guess that's pretty normal. The next thing is odor. I think because I breastfed longer with Cal, it was like the odor was enhanced. I do remember it a little bit with Scotty. I remember smelling a little different, but not completely BO. In high school, you know, in my pubescent years, I did not wear deodorant. Honestly, if I did put on deodorant, it's just because everyone else was doing it. I was trying to be cool. But then when Cal came along, I specifically remember sitting in the NICU and I was like,
did someone rip one because it stunk so bad?
And then I like leaned over and it was my armpit. It has to do with something hormonal, but I was creating a lot more BO and it was disgusting. I had to wear deodorant. It's a little bit better, but I have actual BO now and I actually have to wear deodorant. The next thing is hemorrhoids. I did get them both my pregnancies, and then postpartum they were pretty bad. And I think it's because when you have constipation and when you have hemorrhoids, those two together, it's just not a good recipe. It's pretty much a nightmare. If you've had those, if you know what I'm talking about, you know that you have to stay on top of it. I always have Tux pads in my bathroom and I have Tux cream because they do come and go. When I'm constipated, they get bad and they just go away for a little bit, come back. But I've never been able to get rid of them. And the last thing, I had absolutely no libido postpartum with both my kids. With Scotty, it was pretty normal. It came back around 6 weeks. With Cal, it lasted longer. I don't know if it's because, again, the breastfeeding thing. I talked to my doctor about it. She did confirm when you are breastfeeding, it does take a little bit longer for it to come back. It's normal. It kind of sucked, but I mean, that's just the name of the game. Max and I were very open about it. So as long as you're, open about it with your husband, I'm sure it'll be fine. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is obviously my body, what changes the most. I'm going to put up this picture right here. This is a post from Feeding Littles, and I'm gonna read it for you. It says, all of these things can change when you become a parent. Your schedule, your priorities, your friendships, your relationships, your job, your finances, your mental health, your sleep, and your sense of self-worth. And it says over here in the second box, and yet we expect this to say exactly the same, which is your body. So first, let's make a pact to stop judging other moms and their process with their bodies postpartum. And you just need to accept that there is no winning. If you lose weight too fast, you're not winning, and if you lose weight too slow, you're not winning. I'm gonna tell you 2 comments that I got with Scotty and with Cal. The first comment that I got with Scotty, someone asked me this. They asked me if I was eating anything because I lost the baby weight too fast. And then with Cal, I had someone ask me this.
So when do you think you're going to start trying to get in shape again?
Excuse me? The only person you need to have accept your body is yourself. So my second time around, I did hold on to a lot more weight. With Scotty, I felt like I gained most of my weight in my belly and a little bit in my face, but honestly, I look back and it looks like it's mostly in my belly. With Cal, I definitely gained weight everywhere. My face, my arms, my legs, my belly, my butt, everywhere you can think of, I was gaining weight. Was it because it was my second baby or was it because of COVID eating? Honestly, I don't know and I don't care. I have never doubted for once that I don't have what it takes to feel strong again and to get my body back to the way it used to feel. With Scotty, I'm not gonna lie, everything was pretty easy. With Cal, after I had him, about a week after, I looked in the mirror and I just knew. I knew that this was gonna be a different journey for me and my body, and I was going to trust and respect my body on when it was time to push myself again. The first thing I think about when I wanna change my body is if I'm ready mentally. As soon as I can check off that mental box in my head, I know that I'm ready to push myself. So for me, the time felt right with Scotty when I was about 4 months postpartum. And with Cal, this time around, again, I did breastfeed longer, and so there was a different journey there, but I felt like I was ready at 7 months postpartum. Not when anyone else told me that I was ready. So now I quickly wanna show you guys my body and how it's really changed the second time around. I just wanna say that these are the first pair of jeans that I've been able to fit into since postpartum with Cal. With Scotty, I felt like I was able to wear black leggings and be fine and then until I fit in my jeans. But this time around, because it was longer, I feel like, no, I want some postpartum jeans because I don't wanna wear black leggings every day. So I'm definitely gonna get a size, honestly, I might even get a size 10 next time. A size 10, a size 8, size 6, whatever, because I never know what my body's gonna do and I wanna always feel cute. Try to get good lighting for this. It's a good angle. Feels weird unbuttoning my pants on screen. All right, I'm trying not to flash you. All right, I'm not gonna suck in what my belly looks like. Again, I'm not sucking in. This is real. I did have a ton of water today, but that's, all right, so we got a lot going on here. So with Scotty, I had like extra fat and skin down here. But with Cal, I definitely got up here as well. So there's a lot going on here. Lots of fat, lots of extra skin. Like, again, I had all my glasses on. I really hope I don't flash. I can just blur it out, but look at all this skin and all this extra fat. Now let's look at these stretch marks. I have lots of stretch marks. They're getting lighter. They used to be like black, dark purple. This is, for example, this is the width of my finger. Like, they're very, very thick. But it basically looks like Freddy Cougar got to me and was like, Gsh. But yeah, guys, this is it. This is my belly. This is my body. It's crazy. Like, you can just see, you can see where this shadow, the mom bod, like it's crazy, right here and underneath. Ugh, my shirt won't stay up. Just you see this shadow? It's crazy. It's like this right here is what grew. It's so cool. There was 2 babies inside this body. 2 babies! It's insane. I hope you can hear me. Cal will not be quiet. The last thing I want to say is it's normal to want to lose weight after having a baby. I hate that I have to even say that, but it's okay to want to be healthy and be in shape. I feel like I'm at the point where I'm ready to lose weight, and I feel like I'm at the point where I want to be the healthiest that I can be. But what is not normal is when it's on someone else's time frame. You know when the right time is for yourself. Please remember that you are your own worst critic. Be nice to yourself when you look in the mirror. Please remember how much you've gone through, how much you've done, how much you've accomplished. This kid never talks, and right now he just decided that he wants to talk. If you're ever feeling insecure about your body, look at your children and look how beautiful they are. Remind yourself that you were able to get pregnant, carry these children, and bring them into the world. Please give yourself some grace. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really hope that it helps a lot of moms out there. If this video helped you in any way, please comment below and tell me what it was. Making a more vulnerable video has been super empowering for me. Be kind to others, be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.